Hi guys and welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm just going to take you through 10 Christmassy activities that I've done at home with my son. First up, we made some Christmas cards to send home to family and friends. I picked up some of these craft cards from Home Bargains and I just got my little boy Did to put some glitter glue on and add some sparkly bits to it. Diddy absolutely loved exploring the different sparkles. I'm not gonna lie, we did do a big batch of these and towards the end he had definitely had enough, but he loved looking at all the different stickers and things like that to add onto it, and he also loved using his fingers to get messy. I've used an IKEA high chair and we have a separate one for messy activities. As you can see, this one's seen better days, but yeah, like I said, this is what we use for messy activities. Shake a little bit. That's it, like that. This was a great activity for his fine motor skills. He loved peeling the stickers off and adding them to the paper. And I also used this opportunity to talk about who we were sending them to and asking him what we were going to put into the card. So here we are, here is my finished batch of homemade Christmas cards. I think they turned out really well, but I definitely think I'm going to have to add a warning saying heavy glitter warning on the envelope. Otherwise I'm not going to have some very happy family members. Next up, we made a Christmas sensory box. I just filled an old tub with tree decorations, ribbon, bows, and I just got this to sort out and explore the different objects. As you can see, he was particularly taken with the small jingle bells. He loved listening to the sounds. And as you can see, he loved pulling out these gold beads. He loved pulling them and wrapping them around his legs or on his arms. As you can see, I think he enjoyed this one. Put it in necklace. Next, I made a pom-pom sort out of a cereal box that I wrapped up. I just wrapped it up and then cut out some holes, and as you can see I just pushed the pom-poms through. Straight away Dids knew what to do with this, and this kept him also for the next few days. I just left this in the living room and he really enjoyed sorting them into the different shapes. I made some holes bigger than others, so some he actually had to use a bit of force to push them through and other ones just slotted through quite nicely. Again, this is such a good activity for fine motor skills, getting those fingers working and also doing a little bit of problem solving. The next day I made a snowy sensory box. I did want to add more to this, like fake snow or flour, but I just used ice to make a cold sensory feel. I really wanted to get some penguins or some polar bears, but I couldn't find any online or in the shop. With this activity, Dids did enjoy looking at the different stars and telling me stars in French and in English, but in all honesty, he was just really interested in eating the ice. Give me that ice. Give me that ice. We then made some salt dough to make some salt dough tree decorations. This was great fun. I absolutely loved this activity. Dids really enjoyed cutting them out. As you can see, when it didn't quite go to plan, he did get a bit upset. He hasn't quite got the hang yet of taking them out of the cutters because they go all floppy. This kid really loves to paint, and as we can't really be present with family and friends this year, I thought this would be a really lovely idea to send them all a Christmas decoration from him. After that, we made a sensory spiced Play-Doh. This didn't go 100% to plan. I usually add baby oil for a nice soft silky finish instead of water, but as I only had olive oil to hand, I didn't really use enough and it just didn't work. So it just went a bit crumbly and a bit too oily because I think it was just a bit too thick. But I don't really think Didier minded. But Diz loved exploring the dough, the texture. He loved lifting the Play-Doh to his nose and smelling all the different spices. I think I added ginger, cinnamon and mixed spice. And also just exploring the actual physical spices such as the star anise, the cloves and the cinnamon sticks.
Sniff it. Oh yeah, sniff.
Next, we made gingerbread men. Diz loves to be present in the kitchen. This is such a good activity to really help them be a bit more independent. I think if you just relax a little, at first I definitely wasn't, you know, I was just afraid that I was going to get flour everywhere. But if you do relax a little bit and don't really mind the mess, this opportunity is so good for toddlers. Explore the different ingredients and they can really connect to what they're making. Didier really enjoyed cutting these out and of course eating them afterwards.
What are you doing?
We then got messy again and just added some paint to some different Christmassy themed cutters. Dids loved watching the marks that they made, and this is just such a good simple painting activity. I find that there's not actually that much mess left over when we do stamping. I always feel like these are less messy than paintbrushes. You can just soak these in water afterward, and of course these just make some really lovely shapes and patterns. I always tend to do this with heart cutters on Valentine's Day and also use things like rabbits and Easter eggs for Easter. My next plan again didn't quite go to plan exactly. I thought I bought a sheet of double-sided sticky paper, but it turns out it was just sticky silver paper on one side. But it turns out it was just one-sided silver sticky paper. I planned on making a Christmas tree and sticking it to the double-sided sticky paper and getting him to add baubles onto it, but in the end I just stuck it to the window and got him to make a Christmas collage. He absolutely loved this. I think it was a bit different for him as it was on the wall and not on the table, and he definitely came back to this the next day. And for our last activity, we decorated a gingerbread house. As you can see, I think this was Didier's favourite. At one point he tried to lick the cream off of the house, that's why he's got it all over his face. I added all the sweet decorations into a little tray so that he could use his fine motor skills to pick up the little treats to add to the house. This worked really well. As you can see, he was really precise in adding the gems to the rooftop. I didn't think he'd take it quite so seriously, but obviously it was quite a serious job. It was one sweet for the house and one sweet for Didier. I think you can tell that he really enjoyed making this one. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!